Minu aba ekamya kwese ne da story anti asempa fiti ne da homache and the whole social media was trending basically na sama and me from mu patch say ye papa dad Lumba ekamya kwese yesibugu. Now the news no beginning na eba no many of us saw it to be fake news. In fact from the camp of dad Lumba kasana one more new ejuma na FM station dear no bia ka say enye no kre fake. But then ekamya kwese say fake news there is an iota of truth and I don't know na obi ka say Ghana for you 2 years ni esi so anaya no si so obi hu a okohin obewu okohin obewu and unfortunately esi your videos be brainy same be brave quite fast so by any idea. But first of all we were coming to do the news about that Lumba, not his death, because now the funny management airport say we and just some few minutes your babet nase no any information say we will give us a brief account of what is really going on. We are you be bon komo you near be able to screen so share your life you be pre-recording so na dia to ho ye ku that Lumba final video me no can say wa me ya babe kasa ni that Lumba on one kasa ni management ababe kasa and also we hearing say kamya koye say papa no wu ya che right so what is really going on there na ekoso.
Okay, many of them away there mama for ne ahwefo nyina akwa aba ha Pinaxtv na say what be join abomode na like na share na ma onyonko nso bi a ono nso e wo ba bi nso enhu de ekoso wo Ghana ha say na breaking news unfortunately na beto ye pono ano and say ye papa ye wofa ye brother ye bibia that the Lumba I ni di ankasa de Charles kojo fosu no e dodo na nso fe no DL affectionately, that's how people call him. Of course, stager. Now, wait there, yanti asem de. Now, you know, say there's a saying that we within every smoke, there's no smoke without a fire. What you say? And until fiti and no enumere ahimachia no peya na news be start to say unity appear concerning that the Lumba na ni na ne say can say papa your die one sorry but na yenim some time back say papa ne do baby no ne ho do no kakra ema chese na ono so prayer rehwe na ni nyina mu no na enne no fofia nto atade aye etinie na anopa we kwa me hu news no a lot of people sent it to me via WhatsApp me who been so Facebook na de but me who and what I told myself was where's the confirmation, where's the verification? Yeah, I'm verifying. So maybe I just brushed everything under the carpet saying say and yet true because you see I know nyama bi wo hono man kofo bi fa no exaggerating so when I heard it formally I didn't believe it.
Okay, akosia first of all near catching kofo say our live at the studios of Pinaxtv, so you can share this particular video. More joining here. The breaking news is that Charles Kojofosu, that the Lumba is dead. I was even pegging his age at 61, but apparently
he's 60. He's still 60.
Thanks for the correction. Now, press release biaba. This is the press release in front of screen. So and this is coming from the management of Charles Kojofosu. Let me read ahead in our for immediate release, July 23rd. 2025 was the passing of Ghana's musical icon Charles Kojofosu, known as Dad Lumba. Meanwhile, this press release is coming. It's not just coming from the camp of Dad Lumba. It's coming from the camp of Dad Lumba's radio station. DLFM.
You can see their logo and everything right there.
What you say? And the spokesperson na oye Ekia Donko, the running mate, Roman father, and Nsa Eshase. So you could see clearly, sir, this is a news which is really being confirmed. And as at the time, I near Bas studio, no, Sewa Amehe. Sewa Amehe. She was at the studio. Na Osu.
it was share that video now. I was secret be
yes, it's so sad.
So sad.
So but let's
no ne godfather ne Daddy Lumba.
Oh yeah, sure.
Oh ne godfather.
The goddaughter, God anyway,
it
is anyway, you read what is on the screens. This is the press release. If you are make a video, no more share. So the best you can do is to write your condolences, something like R.I.P. Daddy Lumba, rest in peace.
Exactly. At least.
Send read it for it.
All right. So with profound sorrow and deep grief, the Fosu family announces the passing of Ghana's beloved musician icon, Charles Kojo Fosu, popularly known as Daddy Lumba. And until almost free Fosu family and Fosu ebusia and omodinka boy magana phone musician papa chese nyina yenim ne nnwoma ne nnwom no tia utimi se emu ode pa no ne efe no Charles Kojo Fosu ya papa ye nua ye bibia no dodo na friend no Daddy Lumba yesi anopeya Saturday, that is July 26, 2025 ya no wa pass on anase wa kanchini egu anase odaya wan sorry na nyina no was after a short illness not just say or yare kakra but no obi si enche da anya short sa me the information I me nya no
what you say enyo mo de ba ya na odi kan bon yare hu de ro me yere me hu kun ni exactly what you say and o chem say say enyo no da wo mpaso na ne yere eni adofo obi and o kire say sisi 18 kwen mu a ye wa modin no ene de ye be fro na ho te say me fro akosu ho te say but o yare me check on you want to no me feel so
nipa su
na yen to aso with the press release no we are na yakohwe se wa ame have video anosu or patch say onukro T news no ba be catch nkofo DLFM say enya no do station one you say that Lumba bewu
unfortunately
60 years
he could have lived longer than that, you know.
60 years. And he was the last person in line near war Dada Kedi I'm being an answer or call ye.
You know, those names are not.
So Daddy Lumba was one of the last people. You see, Anaka Iron Boy, you know, how much did it to us?
All right, wait the Asha for it's here for Mumba Modinamon like Namon share and my na send ya yedi can
yes. Almost 200 people are watching us live. So Mr. share the video and subscribe. Also leave your comment because
leave your comment is very important.
Exactly, Daddy Lumba is dead. Margaret Sabian Betro, what a shock.
What a shock. Wait,
the press release.
Okay. I said Daddy Lumba was more than a musician. He was a cultural icon whose music touched countless lives. His soulful music provided the soundtrack to our love stories, and his poignant lyrics captured the poetry of our struggles, dreams, and resilience. And when I had normal patch say Daddy Lumba yobia, and yes, or two nyum keke, no tron nyum keke. Nemom ni nyum tuani ni nyum troni mono. Me can be say on the Oyagana has a Michael Jackson. Say yes, ne lyrics are all trona, and ye de. To me, the lyrics, no, it carries a story, it carries a message. Dabi, and yeah, shoulder, and on Nina Ede. We are not saying say no yet, Nina Ede, but to me, say lyrics be able to me attach or come be, and I say, I bet can was sing be a man.
Lyrics in you, Aquashe Tokru, Aquashe,
it is a thematic song. A what ye, what time and also ye bo. Now, but just saying, Adolf Woshia, or Monkobo Gospel, Anna. Obviously, no.
But you know, training and before his death. I think it's be what TikToker and you screen one.
Yeah. Even I saw a popular video of one madman being power to sign.
Okay, the Chechemu parts now already from the press release, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
And you say or you'll be a ninyum stories ninyum just related to us. Ye struggle ye komu ye da ye soon ye ni swadi ye pe as human beings no. Those are the kind of songs that he brings out into your cultural icon. On your just a musician, and I agree with that 100% or even 200%. I say during this time of immense loss, we respectfully request privacy for the family and loved ones as they navigate this profound grief. And when you say abusian for esrepa baby edu die e wo mu say oyobi a oya public figure dey and so omo abusian for ne dey omo pese omo tumi yo mo bibia kokoamu ananse omo mpese ye betumi ye de asem no ebetu yeti so na ya so an ze ne obi eton ni brodo no obon apa no obon pa cheze bebre sa no omo se de bi omo pese omo so mutumi edi obuo ene kwan so no emone no as it should be privately. I said details of funeral arrangements will be shared in the coming days. When I immediate press release, Nintino, Ebusian Fonshadant Nas and to Niama ye 1 week no ye bear no him fan pony in nano. Into almost say, almost national moya santo to yen nana. Almost the same information and so about to her ama public no, and it was signed by Fatih Ali Yala Esquire. He's a counsel.
Who's the lawyer?
Okay. The lawyer. Counsel for the Fusu family, Baba Jamal and associates. And so you can tell that what we are telling you is not just anything cookie up and cooked up story be no. It has been verified that 60-year-old Charles Kojo Fosu, whom we all know Daddy Lumba no deal. Unfortunately, no
baby this is a very sad news. Now, it's for your catcher will say breaking news as I said Daddy Lumba is dead. Babu Charles Kojufu Susana mini abaneka earlier no age of the no was just 60 years. Now, I know pay in Neda a year Lady Bia or TV3, sorry, Onya TV, your friend Monaguchi.
Okay.
Obe posti say what this said that Lumba that was our match, no.
Okay.
So as at yesterday, no, ebepim enano panel, not that Lumba was trending number 1. So there's a fraction of people no more cast that Lumba.
Yeah.
But some information I am Monaguchi at the bar, you know, said that Lumba no. And Chebia ena a year. One more bend that Lumba, the media for fraternity, almost fake news. Remember, I said that Lumba have lived through this type of fake news before. Yeah, but that's so that Lumba who RIP in Maniama. So that was the phenomenon. Now, the air course. So up until a year, anopeya, a year, and information start by beam. So yeah, but yes, fake news. Okay, that Lumba we fake news. So now me who say no. Social media, Twitter, as you can see, that Lumba is trend number one on Twitter. Yeah. And the second person who was trending was Sewa Amehe. So the question is, what was really going on? Okay, and yes, okay, let us know what is really going on. And yeah, that's sorry, and let's say information air said that Lumba is truly gone. He's dead. Now, there's one thing that really did happen, okay? Information everyone was looking at Sewa Amehe because over the years, one person that Lumba means or whatever it is. Sewa Amehe. So right after this particular trend, he was a GH1 one post a Ghana music legend that Lumba is dead. And as you can see at the top, you also confirm that Lumba is dead at the age of 60 years. Within a short span, any who say Oko a year social media. Sewa mi ako PM DLFM. DLFM or Legon no. Not Legon what was so ever no. Daddy Lumba there. Now, TV station, a radio station, DLTV, DLFM, that Lumba there. Sewa mi ako PM or also. Now
you see, I don't know if you for be actually video now, but we will put it right here and see. Patrol take
video no why now I think say young question video because this is a serious thing. Now you shall say what be share who joining a live at this is a live video that Lumba is confirmed. You know, can say almost 500 people are watching this. We want to get to 1,000. 1,000 people should watch us live. And you know, share this particular video of a year, Sewa Mehe. She couldn't hold her tears.
And you see, when you watch the video, you can tell, say, or no, or you'll be uncle. She's very concerned about the beauty anyway. What is that one year makeup? What is that one year wig?
Video.
Seriously,
yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And, you know, it's actually my first time coming to the Lumba station and the studio. And it's just very unfortunate that I am coming here under these circumstances, you know. But the family of Daddy Lumba, that we popularly know and call him, but officially called Charles Kojofusu, regrets to announce the passing of the legend. I have received so many calls. I know that you have as well.
Exactly.
In fact, everyone has, but it is with deep regret and sorrow that we announce that our legend is gone. It's been yeah, I mean, yeah. And you know, it's actually my first time coming to the Lumba station and the studio. And it's just very unfortunate that I am coming here under these circumstances, you know. But the family of Daddy Lumba, that we popularly know and call him, but officially called Charles Kojofusu, regrets to announce the passing of the legend. I have received so many calls. I know that you have as well.
Exactly.
In fact, everyone has, but it is with deep regret and sorrow that we announce that our legend is gone. It's been
so Minyaba, that is it. Video share no was Sewa Mehe. Anna or confirm me said that Lumba indeed. Now uti semana Sewa Mehe kana or say on bad DL station that
Uncle Hompoda.
Now how much na news today Boba said that Lumbe won't say and no correct. Me frey yes no fun like oh you okay.
Na fede nko for so friend
because that Lumba yeah ni birthday na on any their videos and pictures say you tell me cry me can see that Lumba we see our jige yabo so only na a piece on any date but say na your daughter father love into otin sem no so okay mama nko ho nko hwe na me fu me nko hu na me nkan chia dasa na yin twa Peter me amafo hu say Daddy Lumba etiase okoya when rust you ni piece so muji that Lumba is dead.
Wow, into onukwa no mama no everyday your friend is saying press release na ba edi kan no no man everyday na fe the other lady no so e won che the other presenter no a translate called tree mo, so you can tell say it wasn't a pleasant situation at all for her. And now mo ho nyina because obia on course at station home poda na she has to go there because of this circumstance
of this situation.
No call yem poni enka ongo dum poni enka nche say it is not true mpo on enko ongo dum poni enka nche say o dia otiti nyina enya no krenti o de kofie na sanko didi na sanko da ana akona kwatu awedwuma so but enya sa no te no odu ho mom na fe de ye confirm man say they are all tete no na che say eye no kre na ade na che say abo nkofo bebre like me who say na make abo ye pusa like e de ahodwiri bi atukrom because obi biaro obedi kan ate no obi has enye true but
so we live it through this
what it has come up and again but this time around there wait dear fofi anto ata
sendra na me catch us said this year 2025 no wo no e ya die bi e say I was telling you know so year bi when I'm say year bi go for but this year e ya dey say yes so it's here for once again you were live in Tifa comment ebra what you think about this whole thing I think it's so far for almost 500 and extra year, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
If Margaret said what a shock, Roberta I him for say, oh, this is sad. Now you better consider the details because the real cause of death of that Lumba. You better cause to see you couldn't that Lumba, you better cause. But then there's a new beer. Now you am papa film, Mr. Hene. Me call you did can't call 1 week, bano. I said I don't understand life.
Okay.
And then me call YouTube and I'm searching for a popular song of that Lumba, Aquanoma. And I was, the tree was so deep. So I had to watch the English translation that Lumba they tuned the station just almost a year ago.
Okay.
And myself, so life is like a fabric. Once a fabric, a year, and after years, a year, a year trending, kitten, the album, na ebe brain, and I back. Mimi Jam, who is a one. But some use microscope, I will see every thread and every line, which means say, a brabon, a baku so. But every thread tells a story. Sunny, we are seeing it. Now, the lyrics of that Lumba, Aquanomano, Mamidi Kakra, or say Aquanoma, made me crab of fairy. Me yet dear me to me bia, memory swana me cool. Aquanoma. Now, Uba say now, or see, baby, a yam me de pa ye no, say. Or say Aquanoma, or see, who bribi. Utimi country pa ye be bon agenda to be twi na say ejuma ye wu ejuma Charles ye me nkwa me hyebre esu konoma ekwa me nam so de emu ehu akwatro mu nsem ye nkintia aka be hu nsem abra me hu bie dan kwansere enye ne me pene say me sen ho a me sen ho na me de me ye den me di mitri ahwefem me di mitri ahwefom me sebrenti ena amano ayede abasa na kwansere no eye
is it the bat onya can describe ya na me
na kwansere bat what yes but then there's a portion here and also very very eyi emame o se ebusua mi free mi kojo oboafo eni ho enu nti esukonoma media where waka kuntu won say that Lumba so ko pm or Germany you be share the life history of that Lumba you be to check here now the life history be share that Lumba the life history near the ade what you say o say my kan tem say me ye bia mebusua that chi me wu na me da ho a amanfo ahwe esu abomudin that Lumba ne nyom no say wa kan tem
say ye be boni din that you ni wa
obeye bia mebusua na that we wu no da ho a amanfo esu ayedin aboni din
eno na ye eno
na so mebusua mi fi mu de ye mpa de po o ma kanta me gisie se odefo nwoma ene ye de bewe twene na so me mpa ba free se be ma na wu kojo inti me ye die metumi bia memre so na me ko.
That is why the news release they say oh yeah iconic.
He's
an
iconic
cultural icon.
Ba mu benya ne nyom akwa ese condom ba mu benya ne nyom
susu na yara
ne nyom asori benya ne nyom.
Yeah, sorry. People don't know say that the Lumba at a point of gospel.
No, it's people history don't know. Coming up now. Nane Champon Bekacha say, Oshia that the Lumba. Let's also give credit to Nane Champon. Okay. Nane Champon was the person that discovered that Lumba.
Oh, okay.
And yes, that Lumba no Odikan Kanye. And Brana, I think it's one of the concern of fair. Nane Champon so umbra. Papa we and a time more Germany, Düsseldorf or whatever it is. No munina tonyon but now that Lumba on commercially. No, they are sorry, you know, say bra. Or don't you near the adin jai. Ni embo high life.
Okay.
It's that Lumba Nankasa see initially, even though he had the talent, he wanted to do gospel.
Oh, say there be I can be say. If you ask we always mean your talent, but you should also have somebody who will give you a platform. Platform ya dia say unya pay to me e push you.
Yeah.
Emma who pay because obi o hon ma to me say to me yes or tonyom and now act and now you're very good at a particular thing. But so when your platform now, obi anten in Canada, but for that Lumba, they fortunately no okoshia and a boa for
Germany.
Germany abontin so
a champion of Germany. If you know, oshia no winning and the ball live band. Inti enyoma on that Lumba, your friends on the champion at the bar first no. Eye me yaka going to Yahweh say me yaka going to that was in the 80s.
Acho.
Ache ne
you can na just say yeah mama ne
yaka going to my that was the Lumba brothers back then. Yeah, from the Lumba brothers.
Okay. No we a band.
Yes.
No we a band.
Lumba brothers. And na omuntin beti ya that Lumba fa ne kwan. Ati I say.
And of course solo.
That was this song.
BM.
And na champion so de ne de ba. Yes, say your friend is saying na it was a this song. Inti Uyobi grew up in the 90s. I remember and that Lumba tour. Nane champion so it was almost this year about 10 years. And according to them, no, agenda no more to you know.
As a PR strategy to promote themselves.
And then him Shatawale in Stoneborough. Anyway, you share the life history of a year, your friend is. But before then, before you bet to us, no, can catch on. There's more information at Eba. We are also getting more news into the course of death of that Lumba. But then give us what you have. We are named the course of death.
Okay. And until I said that the Lumba that is born Charles Kojofoso, his birthday is actually 29th of September. 1964. Nkobe September ya ba Nkobenya 61.
The woman and the next day are interesting.
Nkobenya 61, but see there. It's a Ghanaian singer.
And I like the way Ghanaians are eulogizing him. Twitter is number 1, confirmed. Number 2, Charles Kojofoso. Number 3, the greatest.
Wow.
The greatest. Put it on the greatest. I say. You see, young kind of the September bones, no. Me who bones be brave, but September bones
don't start this
iconic.
Now. Don't start this now.
Oh, it's true.
We are not going to do this
Kwame
now.
Kuma was a September bomb.
Daddy Lumba he's a legend.
This a September bomb.
Okay. Oh, they are Matthias.
So it's S and the also September is so iconic because number 9.
Number 9.
Anyway,
yes. All right. Matthias, when say Obakra on no bewa, it takes 9 months. So it is a very significant number and a very good month. Matthias, you were honor. And you won Suta near Mampong in the Ashanti region of Ghana.
Where the mini baby a wife to be one of it.
Suta. I do where the Nana Wamayako
team do
okay. Oh, Benny, baby, I will be a child. But the idea is to see a Niger crash session when you're So in the early 1980s, he debuted on the high life scene with his massive hit, with Nana Champon, known together as the Lumba Brothers. This song depicted the number of Ghanaian immigrants that originally leave the country to seek better fortunes abroad. Sene ya shefoni yetiefoni bebre na mpono nkofo mo wa kwentu mo achese omo kwakoye juma kakra pebi e dia bebu ebusia
me ya ka kwentu
yeah eno ne nyoma odi kan omodi kan e de baaye na with his colleague na Champon no na omo wie ye no e na afede Daddy Lumba is a very versatile and a gifted musician, isn't he? So the wife and so Edin Eba Hase, the wife Edin Bahase. I say Daddy Lumba's wife, Akosia Sewa, produced the album.
Now that Lumba Kasan, he's been very fortunate with women. Matthias Obaba ko Buano, Emmanuel Brucha. Is that Lumba on? If you ask me, when my own same and she with you, there was this particular woman of Buano. Teresa exactly. So Teresa no obuano say the first girl no. Ati ase nti ati say oto nyoma Teresa we ase enyu ebeku Teresa ko that Lumba ko hey Nancy, any pay, papa, friend, that a kid, almost anyway. May catcher said that Lumba is still confirmed dead. Now, social media can see number one, they confirmed. Ghanaians are doing well on this. Number two, Charles Kojo Fusu. And number three, the greatest. Number three, the greatest.
Okay.
Now, some bring na no. Me no say Dr. Baumia Ababe reacting.
Oh.
But me can catch no. The cause of death of that Lumba no. Me no say and namin from him. And namin from him. Emma Sisiano. You say kidney, liver, near the other. It's not heart attack. A kidney, liver, one of those from close sources. Here, they two screen very soon. But Nipa on no source when your information your bungo ideas. Bungo ideas said that Lumba was poisoned. Sorry, read you my
Albert Nat Hyde, Bongo idea. See, years ago, rumors spread that one of the Lumba's ex-wives was allegedly mixing powdered glass into his food. And untimetra said about brofumana or part the same maybe a tremono and same big ever told ya said that the Lumba ne yere numba kubia wejano no na or your baby say or mix it glass or it is or nyamos or yana powder or so the yana saying but a quine be or yana so no their fran ediane and has been unwell since then. And unti bongo ideas that your Sunday can a fear woman or part Maranas hand news never told honum said that the Lumba ne ex-wife no or the glass a powdered glass a
yes sir you to me the glass
no but as Sam say is it true but the thing is it true
and yes I bongo ideas and normal information on your sword yaba or see years ago rumors spread that one of that Lumba's ex-wives was allegedly mixing powdered
you
glass.
saw the word allegedly and also a capitalize so that means that even his so no there baby I will do this and or prep no one prep record no any pampas and masem ne penny.
Now these same bongo ideas are all my information because oko Twitter man focus no writing for clicks no see they be into all the evidence about
or the evidence
about two screen or so. Okay. See, according to bongo ideas, the early findings say nipa okun that Lumba no any ex-wife.
Emuba
ex-wife ne dey see dey nim ti ex-wife and now I shall shebremu.
Hanuti as fear women
ex-wife what you say as an ex-wife now chechemu biom ne ento because the bombshell report na nkasa babet
so on to say emre bi etwemu ko no ye beti ye rumors ba said that the Lumba ne ex-wives emu ba ko allegedly no allegedly na just say ono ko asem na oka no hye ni nyina so potin bia but or kan essence ono nso ate na o pache say na sa oba koro no ana oyere ko na wetwemu no ono nso oyobi a glass or no powder or mixing na wanyam na ya powdered form na or their fra dio ne duane ama papa no edi na efiti hono na se bi o wanye ni pa bi o efiti hono na chese ofi ase se o ya de nketin ya hyehyehye no ho saa na chese ne no abaye kese a na ya nti asem da de ya tie ne se waka nchi na egu ya no nti ono bongo ideas ono no the report or the aba say cause of death no for that the Lumba no one of the things or no the aba no no any na owie no sanso the car ho say fear women nti whatever evidence he has to back this claim no we are still getting it nti ye nyape ya de beto ho ama say
nti no dey poison ye di kan poison that Lumba di petuani ade ne yam
di anyam dia fra ne duane ne ade
okay
hey na se nipa so tina se na so yes ase no credit
na this same bongo ideas no so na ye di kan no owie no odensem fofra ye den aba betudwa na o pa che se amanfo anamuka so wonim de o kan ade o pa se enye no credit ntu hwe ha this same bongo idea you aba read it on the screen for us.
Okay. Years ago, rumors spread that send a medical can. Let me still read it. One of the Lumba's ex-wives was allegedly mixing powdered glass into his food. He became fatally ill, and he has reportedly been unwell since then. He later debunked that rumor to be false. And he fear women. Me pacho
fear women still. Fear women still.
Still, when I was so the exclamation mark me and sa at was on I just said to me said the kind he knows where he's coming from. But there's a screenshot and when a
screenshot no debunk here na any the to screen or so.
Okay.
All parties say amount for more parties say your friend is saying omuka soda lumba ye ni ade ade no party dey be. Yam poison because I can't say na emba no ni o ma bobra no ye bu omo enimtia. But o see issue ne say that lumba no also our spinal cord issue.
Okay.
Now we are science a bed. About a spinal cord no, it passes through IOH, you know, it goes into our cerebellum and also to our brain.
Yeah.
What you say?
Direct connection.
Direct. I mean, in terms of science, no, or spinal cord ebua number one your bema, you become paralyzed for life.
Immobile.
You become sterile. Like obema age maybe. Apart from you becoming immobilized, no. That's and aside from that too, you have a whole lot of like
you can't move,
Your mobility issues
is limited.
Screenshot here about tosso no. Another one and that Lumba Ebeka say in some more kanamate. Poison in some more kanamate, but there's a catch.
Okay.
Me will issue with my spinal cord.
Okay.
But me quite yes, a spinal cord surgery
no.
And my complications. See, me will be me back with the same issue.
Okay.
On no so that the same snapped. Until I was a ration emergency surgery.
Okay.
Even though yes, still no that dear for which is titanium. Titanium is the strongest metal. Get the assassin still now. You see the metals no. You see, always so smart. Say the bones in our body no. It doesn't react to temperature change.
Okay.
But metal is a titanium. Baby, why you cold? Now you cold because the stone boy name no. And another mama ground same no. The same time that bloom beach. If the weather is cold, very after the amount with chino, if the weather is too hot too, now yes, they are chef what yes, but we say the bones no, and when you do and that dear, and no sweat. So God is very
God is God. God is God.
You know, the other to screen also no, another statement. That Lumba, this was a year, or can say we September last year. Okay. September last year, and or this same way a tuja. All parties say what it is same baby, and you become a nam metete, sa. Then send what it no, yam poison. Now, spinal cord surgery. Spinal cord surgery no okoye no. Bonibeka say who complications.
And now also for after no.
Who complications. And now then also for say na work no. Unfortunately, now if I went to screens no so really my I see my ex-wife didn't poison me that Lumba. Now you were part of the your friend is saying the part all can say. Your friend is saying, I think say we started reading from her say. So this is time on the SVTV na yere for me say na yere na anase na yere that those them but I say onim say that Lumba na waware but still odate no me aba read my.
Okay, I say I knew that the Lumba was married, but I dated him. We broke up after his wife found out. Lady reveals.
Now man focus on that Lumba okofo an yinechi. And you know, the chain so Pintuania then or say they be there. It's lady now, or the center of all of this poison scandal. And a lady in the Bible to just say, yes. Onim said that Lumba wire. You see, Obi can some time ago say women are their own enemies. And it's true. See, we are better now check our friend and banner fellow.
So almost say no, you're more responsible.
Mr. Responsible. He can take care of me. He's a very nice man. He knows what he wants. Anyway, that's it. Now, and a woman each share a seer dear no dear all come what I say.
Right. I see entrepreneur Mariam Ponsa has disclosed that she dated legendary high life musician Daddy Lumba despite her knowledge of Ebiana Mawareno. In an interview on SVTV Africa with DJ Nyami, Mary indicated that she was curious about dating a married man and described Daddy Lumba as a man with a good heart. And when you say,
is it good heart or good dick? Like, sorry, good heart or good dick? Like, you should know. That Lumba no balance. Or you're popular.
You're popular.
The name yet there. Once that Lumba, so the voice on no can so bad. Hey, make ya. What the same? Them bad news. I don't wait.
My dear.
Yeah, voice. Yeah, but
you know, so no the train no coy and a good heart.
Good heart. Now there's a second part. Some American. And one that Lumba so didn't say me true. I say yes. Or your Bema.
Okay.
Bema quite one pen bar now on your Bema.
Now on your Bema.
Exactly. You know. Now I think I no pay na me new be casa. And I saying, what if girl now me feeling and now name a corner or bounce? And I say, Massa, bounce, you'll be a choppy bounce. Out of 10, will be back.
Definitely.
That's how it is. Young called your wife couldn't will to us.
All right.
When no check head now, I'll be responding to the poison attack. No?
Okay.
Exactly.
And I say, my ex-wife didn't poison me by Daddy Lumba. I say, iconic Ghanaian singer Charles Kojofosu, known in the creative space as Daddy Lumba, has debunked rumors that he was poisoned by his ex-wife, Akosia Sewa, meaning name Onyeshewate, during his short but exciting performance at his 60th birthday celebration. It was the last year, no?
Yeah.
Or your program be what AICC. I am very sure of that. Now, birthday, no. Okay. He took the opportunity to state emphatically that he was never poisoned. But this about pushing screenshot, no exactly. He was never poisoned. So on the waka can say, or no dear, obia poison no. Say ne ex-wife or ne wife or no and no obia.
I can't do this. Is your devil man in
So I see I was never poisoned, but his health issue had to do with a serious spinal cord surgery, which is why he was off the scene for a while. So now on your problem with the spinal cord. And no, surgery. Over a decade ago, the musical artist who many describe as a demigod got attacked by Yamiketua. But oyade. Until I made my friend Ghana way or Michael Jackson on. He got attacked by a life-threatening sickness which took him many years of God's grace and human effort to be healed. Into when I mean to say a press release on much short illness, no. And so really I say I see many years he attacked by a life-threatening sickness which took him many years of God's grace and human effort. Short illness. I don't believe.
And you me or the band and sing here, just say, okay. Yes, send you send me and I know the bay at medical boss with them reefy.
Okay,
as I say, or therefore did you know, bro, museum,
Kennedy point.
Send you.
And all girls did now. I bring our cast on ombre. I said this affected him and even his career.
Any was
Yendo. Yeah.
So many parcels that will any was
This affected him and even his career so badly, and looking at how deadly the health issue was, many were those that said he was poisoned. But for the first time, many had said he was poisoned. But for the first time, he has debunked those rumors. Or no, dear. Waba bekan pefe say obiam poison. That the Lumba remains thankful to God for saving him from such life-threatening sickness. And last year news ebaye na order nyame asese ni nyina emuno ne yawe mu de ankofo kan say ya poison no yam poison no ni nyina no samre ne de na ote asinti odanya me asese Nyankopon egusu a ekurakura ni mu na ama no nkwa na wasama na hoden kakra odi ye ni show na odi ye no but ene de senia akodu no 60 years what from 60 years no whatever life we're living all through no unfortunately no it has come to an end and me name say winima but in 1999 he won 3 awards. That the Lumba winning 3 awards, including Best Album and Most Popular Song of the Year.
So we winning Ghana Music Awards. Winning the Artist of the Year.
Yes,
it was on the first early. I think so. No, after no, na kujo
and until no, you'll be what winning this kind of awards. If we are talking about people describing him as iconic or demigod, they have their reasons for calling him that. His solo career has not been short of controversy. If it is emerald who every also yawa champion na champion no you know from then on no and I can say hey and so beefy between musicians and then other creatives na then start here
watch you with the PR side you with the strategy side for you to stay because maybe America say OT viral. I
can.
You can just go to the washroom, show pictures, you trend.
But
you see, maintaining that thing is something. Now, be maintaining, they are not be maintaining. Would you continue to post those pictures?
No, you have to use controversies.
Even aside from that, crown, if you trend for you, about the trend be about TikTok now, blue, keeping that trend. So becoming popular is quite easy. People don't know.
But maintaining that popularity, no. Okay.
So he the PR and another Lumba. So ni no. I say the tone no end of the year.
Personal experiences and Electoral, right? So before the year 2002. Daddy Lumba came out every year with a hit album. His solo career has not been short of controversy, as I mentioned earlier. One moment he would release a gospel album, and the next he will shock people with his provocative lyrics and music videos. And when tizen edi kan kai no yo bi ase wonni ma
ho no ma ase no chen marriage certificate no ni
yenya ni tem na yen kofie enenyu me nu de mi bo ma yen biwe oso for mi bo yen biwe ma na mi bo ma biwe and obo gospel, so I think I've forgotten some of the songs are or they buy in the gospel or they buy in the gospel fraternity. But if you have any of them or you know of any of them, you can just write maybe the title in the comment section and I just say other people too will get to know.
Exactly.
He owns his own studio where he does all his work and also owns machines for mastering, for cassette duplication, loading, printing, and shrink wrapping exclusively for his work. And on their branding, no, your personal brand or one in Yama, how also are the promoting the Juma. His music has evolved over the years to reflect the changes in taste and demand for music. And until no, and you one style, no kono. It will be as an air cano to me kobo way, and now I share the air trending and also sanso the abobi. And until to say every time you're trending and also sanso the abobi. And until to say every time you're releasing your ma, na and you know I then I hate it and you not blow. It's as all yan homework here, yan researches and sana while releasing your ma while releasing. He can currently be described as a contemporary high life artist. Daddy Lumba has won several Ghana Music Awards and other excellent awards and continued to appeal to both the young and then the old. Into music. And yeah, your favorite. Now even the young ones, papa wa bomba de wa chonyoma eka kuma. And see, that is what is happening with Daddy Lumba and the issues surrounding him currently are. Unfortunately,
no. You can read some comments on social media and for Hey, comment about. So far, 5,000 people have watched this. That is huge.
Interesting.
This is all because of Daddy Lumba. Anyways, with Nanadra is soon with emoji. With Esther Fire, say R.I.P. What a shock. With Akili Akondo, say there's sadness all over Ghana. We lost a prophet in music. Wow. That's a huge statement.
That's a huge statement. A prophet in music.
Yeah. We Yahaya Kasum, so life is somehow.
Ababoni de sao, me say.
If you marry Chirichi, or no dear Wintiman to be soon emoji heartbreaking. And now if you Anita Champos, I will me soon Naomi or say men or say how that Lumba how that Lumba how
Bosumi Afia Kwako do 7th month now ye wusa.
He was just 2 months to his birthday to 61 exactly.
How? I think I'll talk about kakra.
If you want comment, we'll be on the comment, baby.
We will read it. We will read it for you.
Comment and
then do well to also share the live to other people.
You put the ana live put the ana BB pre-record. Beneda Lumba and Tinia see but ya banny the please bring your comment about that Lumba. Also may you one of your favorite songs, tracks of that Lumba. And you now about that Lumba.
You can put it in the comment section for us.
Exactly what is going on. Meaning about we so Baumia so about kasa.
Okay.
Baumia about kasa. Baumia statement or the abano or see we lost an icon in museum or say Baumia's that Lumba's loss is a great loss to the country.
It is.
That is what Dr. Baumia is saying.
Once Papa no asset to. You can so be asset and I just say Japade I just say a somewhere do. That the Lumba is actually an asset to the nation. And until for all of a sudden and sorry I bet this somewhere. And when we say oh won't be but the truth is nobody is actually prepared for it. Nobody is also preparing say nipa bi oben no ana obi onim no nso beko enu nti ya da ya so the way there ye nyina aya ahodwudi sem bi ama
to be
serious now so there na there utonum pa
say one thing people don't know is I was a DJ. Oh yeah, I was a DJ. I was a DJ. Me DJ for almost 10 years. So more people are watching us. Myself, I'll comment. Breaking news that Lumba is there. Me about Trasuma.
So unfortunately, that is the news that is going on. Initially, an opana in na news nearby, no. Na ye ka say botrimuka and I say ka say rumors be
fake news.
Ye ka say rumors be a cause wa obi pese or the enya ni be but family ababe confirm and a lawyer at the press release
nearby any lawyers
and a lawyer and in Sasha.
This tells you how heavy this whole thing is.
Yeah, and the family and so asre say if it is possible just say the public should mellow down a little bit.
Your mom the space to heal, private
to grieve and exactly. To mourn.
In this time we need privacy.
Yeah,
exactly.
Obi onum na se onim ebusuan ni bia enya afa na wo ba betete no ene unse se wa e kan bibi o kan say I have received calls and I know you have also received some calls. And at Tamoti studio hono kwa na calls neighbor. The calls were still coming. Ghana for we understand that he is a man that all of us love. What betting news now? Me pacho nim ne busu ni bia me encourage sa individual no. This is not the time where you are going to call and then be making inquiries into what happened, how it happened. Pacho o message bia and now asem bia no one say unim busu ni bia. Tro bibia ebe chichi nipa no re kan bibia ebe ye nkwanhye semedi ama nipa no sanse bibia du ide omo ade kese na atofom no eno nti onso bibi kakra obetumi aya ebetumi acheche omo re no na ye na emom menko kanchini engu omo pain ni mu. This is not the time where some people ebi mu wo ho no ma obi se bi ewu echi no afi na okwakofa news bia ye controversial bi na news bi a sebi ehun hia na afi na ode ba
sisi a obi wu e ba ne say no prophet be abegyina ho. Last year I called.
I saw this.
Obi abewu. Prophet no crowd obewu crowd. I said that. Anyway, you moving on to Kennedy, Japan. We'll still be coming back to the news of that Lumba. Kennedy Japan, the team no ababe kasa. Now a member of Kennedy Japan's team, and a ding simbi ababe tuja sisia. Now in sema yes, I member or the ababe tuja sisia no all parties say. Sisia no MPP for mbabe call elections. Okay. Now elections on mbabe kon ubia kasa. Oh, can this, can that, can this, can that, can this, can that. But all parties said there's something. Now Honorable Cletosiedu Dapila, who happens to be the member of Parliament for Japa, and on the other two just say, Kennedy Japan, he shall not be underestimated
at all
or sidelined in Ghana's political landscape. Now, according to him, no part say, Ken, very soon. I think yesterday you were telling me something. I'm making so about me, baby, about me, post niche so about me, and he said something. Say,
anything can happen between now to January.
Exactly. And that's why you'll be so the same thing. Say, Ken, and what's he didn't see change? The best thing that MPP can do is to manage him.
Yeah.
Because the AMA contest in heated Ken Japan female, remember me one time. He will go back to be the establishment candidate.
Yeah.
But Pacha said, Debbie. Now, if I would hear voice, no meaning about Kaka on the in Sema Sani pay MP.
Okay.
MP edit to Jaman Foka say, a Kamia sense is coming back into the new patriotic party.
So one thing that as I said, Ghana for and say when it comes to a party, when it comes to a group of people, unity na say a party be wohona say do baby na papemu ebiba due to individual differences then na ama gaba sa party ni mu no widen.
Anyways, yen sa kan sa audio na yen kan wan sem no yen ku tie ba ye beto aso.
Right.
You organize a congress and decided to let one candidate to steal the show. You don't need to tell the rest that this is your direction.
Right.
You understand? Yes, like he said, in their constitution, in all the parties' constitution, we don't have what we call flag bearer hopefuls. But we know the intentions of people in the party who are not small people in the party. We know their intention. And my brother knows that very well. You understand?
Right.
So if a program is organized and some purported flag bearer hopefuls are being gagged in a small corner, whilst one is allowed to move around virtually the entire stadium to exchange pleasantries with delegates. For so many minutes, he was walking around doing that, taking all the fans' applause from the crowd and all of that. This, you don't need anybody to tell you that this was the purpose or this was deliberate or not.
You said it wasn't planned.
Yes. Why? Why was it not planned? If it wasn't planned, he is the only one who was given the inner perimeter to walk around, unlike the others.
He's the only surviving.
Yes, he is.
Vice President.
You see, but let me now come, which
Former
I
Vice
know my
President
brother will understand. When you are managing a divided house, you ought to be very, very careful in what you do so that people don't interpret meanings into it. You understand?
Right.
There's already a perception that this early Congress, this top-bottom approach is being His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. He knows that. You heard that. Moro, you heard that. Everybody is common knowledge. You understand? There's that perception that That is, they did some research and realized that, look, the current police station executives coordinators as it stands, if they take them to be the ones to go and vote in the flag bearership elections, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will have a chance. So they decided that, look, in that case, let's propose a top-bottom approach instead of the usual bottom approach. Moro, where will you see somebody building a house from the foundation, from the roof? Where would you get that? Nobody built a house from the roof. You build from the foundation. The two political parties lose power when the basis is destroyed, when the basis or the center cannot hold. You see, the top, you can, at the top, can take your decisions based on your interest. But if the basis, the foundation is weak, I tell you that it will not suffice. It will not work.
But Cletus, they've told you two reasons why they're doing this. One, the current situation, the circumstances the party finds himself in, the fractured nature of the party,
yes,
the acrimony, the backbiting, the suspicions here and there, you are skewing somebody against this, you're afraid of somebody, they're tired. They believe that if the party gets a leader early enough, it will end it. That's number one.
Yes.
Number two, these polling officers, these party officers you're talking about, most of them, it will end next year by March. In some cases, I'm told even in April and May, right? Are you going to wait till that time, conduct your elections before you even elect your flag bearer? They don't have time. They want power in 2028.
Is it Moro? I understand all of that.
Yes.
This point that I've made, is that the first time? Are you hearing it from me?
No, you've made
yes,
it.
So I am telling you that, you see, Moro, to be very honest, in party organization, you cannot start to build a party from the top.
Okay.
Irrespective of whatever excuses that they would have given.
Okay.
But I can tell you that that is what will hurt them. What this action that they have taken will hurt them going into the 2028 elections. Look, you are managing a divided house. I understand where they are coming from. I know, just like he said, look, if you have a candidate, even at the parliamentary level, at the MP's level, or at MP's parliamentary primaries level, if you have candidates who have come to contest you and you are a stronger candidate, you pamper them. You understand? You pamper them because of reconciliation. You don't because you have the support of the current leadership of the party. Then you abuse people. You disrespect them. You let them know that, look, I am in charge. My people are in charge. No matter what you do, I am the one who will shine. You understand? You don't do that. When you do that, you hurt people. They will not be able to forgive you. Even if eventually you win, they won't forgive you. That is the point that I am coming from. I'm saying that, look, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is the vice president, the just immediate past flag bearer of the party. But if the NPP, if they had done serious, checks very well, there was no need for them to have allowed him to be the one to be the one to steal the show against the others.
Okay.
Definitely, they would never be happy. And they will not forgive the national executives, they will not forgive the organizers, and they will even forgive Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. That is why reconciliation will become very difficult for them, because they, the national executives, they have the onerous task to reconcile the party after these elections. Now, the other aspirants have seen them to be the ones projecting one candidate. How will you be able to charter or lead reconciliation after the elections? That is what my brother and co should be worried about. You need to reconcile your party. Any party that is not together, the two political parties, goes into an election fractured, and you can never make. For me, the National Executive Committee should have told Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, at least, yes, you are the former flag bearer, vice president, but under the circumstances, let's those took fire. Already, we have been suspected to be with you. So let's manage it this way. Or yes, in your constitution, you don't have, even NDC constitution, you don't have flag bearer hopefuls. We don't have. But under the circumstances, okay, all these people who have shown interest to contest, all of you will use the inner perimeter and walk in. and wave at delegates and go and sit down. You understand? This is how you chart a reconciliation course. This is how you start it. So that any of them that eventually lose will not have any reason to accuse you or accuse the victim. This is how you build a party that is fractured. You understand? But the tangent they are going, I see a very big problem. I see in the future they won't be able to reconcile, just like what happened to them, because they are still hurting people. If you listen to Ken very well, Ken will tell you that I don't have a problem with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. But the people around him, those campaigning for him, they think that we are nobody. So we will show them that we are also somebody. That is what is happening. He will tell you, he has said it in many fora, that I don't have a personal problem with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. So I'm saying that those who are campaigning or supporting the cause of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, you should change your style if you actually want well or wish well for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Because at the end of the day, your posturing, your style of supporting the former vice president will cause him more harm than good. Because your posturing is hurting other people. Your style, your campaign style is hurting other aspirants. That is what can keep on talking about this. Brian is a fine gentleman. Educhim, all of them.
Nanseya and NPP for a delegate conference. Now, delegate conference no who say aspirants be no some of them were treated with a preferential treatment. A be monso honoma ya mo mpie kura na just say the almost share baby. Now almost share baby no, that is including Kennedy a compare kwe Japan. And na ono si ya man no kwan say ono nso enkyere ne bobre no nanti kromu no wewu evimfankyere delegates no the former vice president Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia eno na chese yenipa ye otna radio so ana TV so cheche mu ma yate ase say sa treatment na omode ma presidential aspirants no na enye fine sa esanse munyina ye party ba ko ntie be ya anka ubema obia kwan amana nantimu bi amana wevi bia ene nke be sa fata nanso se ukoye ne sa na chese akoye te se mu choose nipa ba ko over the other person eno nso the problem kesi ebeba idintimu ebeba eno o kire se party mpenifo ewo NPP mu no omo hwe ni ye pa no omo bomoden se omo be ma nkabom aba party ni mo enye sa na se omoma Kennedy Japan neni an etutu ka ne nsema ono nso de se oye no obeye isan se ono de oni Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia any problem bia nanso Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ne chidifo no the way omu treat the rest of the candidates aka na aspirants aka no enye fe. That is what Honorable no no right there. So we are moving on really quick to other stories now.
Yeah, so that is exactly what is really going on, and I think so. What the message Sir Honorable no the two, and I think it makes a lot of sense. We need to look at it from angle. Say, you see, don't underestimate anybody. Some more underestimate nipani say, okay. Na a year after the elections, no, obinia,
then I'm obeying. Because at the end of the day, you are not going to vote, or the delegate are the ones who vote.
And one of the things you wouldn't want to do is to underestimate your opponents. What I say, okay, I say, oh, school, but ding on
Casso.
That's what my being.
Hey, omo exams are over here no na chess, omo no ma pass.
Me kai mi wo uni no. Girl back how much? How much no whole school? Obeko no tipu kon. Hey. Say girl you want nti uti je bo fi say girl no you serious oh master dey ori. Ori dey bia ori. Ba obo so bi a on back class. Wo hwehwe na hu no.
Sa.
Ati ase mu abe pass through. Ye be try exams na aba. Omo
no to me so
I think that this particular message if Paul Adomoche Eba no idea is something that was here shiny pa say we shouldn't be underestimating a honorable Kennedy Japan.
And as much as possible, they should put measures in place to ensure equality and then unity in the party.
Anyways, moving on to other matters. So, we know, say, on the same vein, in terms of Kennedy Japan, Paul Adomoche, and in Simbi Ababe Tuja. Now, according to Paul Adomoche, Pache say, Bibi MPP, okay. But be a part need to see we need a person who the charisma of Rawlings and Kwame Nkrumah combined. Basically or a no nonsense person. Now some message by man for Kase is this man indirectly saying he say and now see me say he's endorsing Kennedy Japan. There's been a lot of questions. For I know for kakra if we are name video no. This issue abasisia what do you think? What do you make of it? Do you think say a friend say Paul Adomoche is jumping ship?
Oh, say media personality Paul Adomoche will be a lot of research now.
Exactly.
Politics yes, for over 10 years and over
10 years. Bro, good evening, Ghana, almost 25 years.
Yeah, and I'm making so over. Or you'll be aware systematically with Ghana politics and so he has a team that he works with and
I think his show is one of the surviving shows on TV now. Despite the despites, Exactly. The show very prominent.
Observation back on my year and I say interpretation back on my year based on research we recently they call out no more say they say a Ghanaian youth encophobia no quality integrity the fact says so be a year be na one accountability obetimi aka say say I gave you this position, but you are not working as you should. That kind of leader is what Ghanaians are looking for. Now the youth is looking for currently.
Share this particular video of what he said into us.
We just started the research, and it looks like many youth are asking for what they call a whip cracker. And that's really what you're saying. They want the next president of Ghana to be one that they have confidence in that he can crack the whip. So I've been telling political parties as we're looking at the research that, look, the next election is not about parties anymore. It's about individual. People are going to gravitate towards an individual who they believe that this guy can crack the whip. What is crack the whip? Crack the whip is a minister is misbehaving, you sack him. They have been yearning for that for a long time. They don't get that. They didn't expect that of John Mahama. John Mahama was expected to come and sack the old regime and create an enabling environment. The next leader after John Mahama is somebody that they want who can crack the whip, whether it's NDC or it's MPP. The real quality they are looking for in the next leader is this man is a whip cracker, and they're looking at it from his history, what he's done, how he does it, how he talks, his level of honesty, sincerity. That's really what people are looking for from the research that we are finding out. So it's true that people are looking for a militarized type of leader, and that's what the young people are looking for. It's important for the political parties to look into themselves and bring out that candidate. Whoever brings out that candidate is most likely to win the election, next election. It's not about political party. It's about the personality that they put on the ballot. If they get a certain kind of person that people believe can crack the whip, the young people will vote for that person. So we have to wait and see what happens. My only fear is that if the young people vote for that person and he's not able to deliver, then the hope in democracy will be.
Okay, so Minyaba, that is exactly what really went on. As you can see there, this is exactly what Paul Adomoche is saying. He said, crack the whip. Minyaba, Chichimuchi, we might discuss about this.
Okay, and he said, Paul Adomoche say the youth says, yeah, Pobia, whip cracker, not just say, Pobia. No,
minority chief whip.
Exactly.
Whip basically the person who stands for to kind of, if anything,
who stands
to safeguard the law.
Yeah.
It's in brand because the law is always applied proportionately.
And so it can be Okay.
CZER.
Okay.
Your border ZAR, your economic ZAR. So they are safeguarding that particular policy.
Okay. You know, or just said the youth, and not only Ghanaian youth, but Akoya said there's a kind of awakening be around Africa. I
like that word, awakening.
Yeah, there's some kind of awakening and a revolution. We are just a so I just say Obia she say ye benya leader bia obetimi no nonsense leader. Say yeka say this is the money I had the amount say for your project now one year project na any ye be hold you accountable and I say yama we do maybe say ye na went to me and ya will hold you accountable and no na po adumochi air patch say political parties na air bano ma omo nhwe omo political party say MPP ache ana NDC ache na people are going to vote based on party lines there be we are going to vote according to personalities omo be present na sa personalities omo de ba na say youth ne hwe no omo ye nkofo a omo ye sa web crackers ya na che say ampa the likelihood say the vote will gravitate towards them and as a vote never call omo side no higher compared to other personality I be onu to me nyesa cause bebre na ye dindi bebre na ye just say omo common side egu omo damri femu and whatever the other appointees will do omo chidi for be bi an inform but that is not the kind of leader that the youth is looking for currently.
A critical example is what we saw Ibrahim Traore Ghana.
Exactly. Now, even with Ibrahim Traore, we know that he is a military leader. Why is it that people are not it's not so to me who say oyobia or ye pepe yo say oka say or yes ya or yes now or ye action oriented. He's a very action oriented man. Nansia wachuchuchu ne hu bebre every ni colonial masters for and or kasaswa. It looks like he knows what he is saying. The African leaders should not be puppets to the foreigners and I say BBs are the Westerners and the Europeans. And see, these are the kind of leaders that the youth is looking out for. Leaders who can inspire us to be able to build our nation with the resources we have. Out of this country to another country to look for greener pastures. And until we want a leader that can stand on his toes to make institutions work.
Yeah.
A leader that can stand on his toes to make people accountable for the responsibilities that they have been given. So I'm sure says Poladomocho Kasa based on the research, I'm sure he knows what he is saying and I side with him on that part.
Okay, so that's exactly what is good. But the question now would be say there are two main opponents, Japan and Baumia.
Yeah.
And Sema Paul Kano, does it seem like he's seemingly or unknowingly endorsing a candidate?
Okay, so what the audio na yebo na utimi who say Poladom Oche was not even talking only about the NPP. No, he was talking about politics in general. Parties in general, and he was trying to endorse one individual over the other when it comes to NPP because the illustrations are on my any examples on my econo. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Dean saying says no power no Ghana is the Ghanaian youth is expecting say
Yeah.
He's trying to talk for one person. I think that he's being neutral as he can be.
Okay.
Now, on the research, information and all the air to Ghana. So, we a political party now. You want to advise yourself based on what he has said that you can do so. Stop you from doing that. You can derive your own analysis and interpretation from the awakan or not the structure more. It will help.
So that is exactly what is really going on. I just say, so basically, I just say,
no. He's not endorsing anybody. Or can no query. Or can no query as it should be based on one researcher recently away.
Anyway, so it's here for near Kamo said the reason why we are doing this live is because of that Lumba Nibu. That Lumba is dead at the age of a year
60.
60. That's just 60 years. What you say? It is a sad thing. It's in life. Maybe I move on to other topics. Unfortunately, it is true, but you can't say 7 almost an hour. And we moving on to other issues. We are also tracking what will happen. But me and I say that Lumba's loss is a great thing to the nation, loss to the nation. Yeah. But then on that same vein, we have a minority in parliament. Or my ABB. So you're moving on to what minority has done just a few days ago, and yesterday who said the minority in parliament, whilst they were doing a mid-year budget review, they marched to the Flagstaff House to present a petition to.
They marched to the Jubilee
House to present a petition to the president. Bosuka Krani and the video for
right. Anunti minority caucus, our parliament, led by Honorable Frank Anodompre.
MP for
former MP.
Madam, on your former
MP
for
Insawoma. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. So, and I'm monitoring on that. MP for Insawoma Adweji, the petition being a comma chief of staff. Now, petition nimu in some ana or project, basically, the kind pa rerun elections are a course. So Ghana has said the 19 I think constituents I think rerun a course but we know of one particular one Ablekuma North violence escalate honum man to kwabi a course so yama bobo yabo yama me hawakumsi nini nano enunti sa electoral violence number 1 on the petition that was presented by Honorable Anodompe.
They had the power.
They had the power doesn't mean they have the power.
Remember,
now.
As MPP were there were this election violence started for almost so. Yeah, massa. And what's a bias?
Okay, I'm not sure we are being biased. I think the minority is always a watchdog. Okay. The minority is supposed to act like a watchdog to the ruling government. And until say more times to be so the whole thing is so more time can be because it could probably have been say NDC to had maybe taken an action or they took an action. And exactly.
The international community.
Exactly. So it is very legal and legitimate. Say if something like that is going on, if you are the watchdog of parliament,
before then, there's a video involved.
Okay.
He entered this particular video.
Okay.
Right.
So you are good now?
Yeah. Okay.
So, as I was saying, we have built our democracy to a very admirable point. The Chief of Staff, not to bore you with words. Ghana is seen as a beacon and a fledgling democracy. We think that we have contributed hugely. The two main traditions, the MPP and the NDC, both have contributed hugely to building our democracy to the point where we are. The recently held rerun of 19 polling stations. But a lot of issues. I won't try to unpack them, but a lot of issues that certainly needs our attention of all the variables involved in the political field, particularly government, because a lot of responsibility is on your head. You are in total control of the security of the state. So we are here to present the petition basically on two important matters. The violence that occurred at the rerun of our Ablekuma North election, and we are upbeat about subsequent elections to be held in our country. We are also worried about Galamsey. And it was one of your messages that you trumpeted with all the promise, rightly or wrongly. Now it's getting out of hand. And our respected Chief of Staff, you are an Easterner. If you are traveling between Enyinim and Nkoko, now the Galamseys are coming on the highway. We are told our water bodies are polluted all over. And even farm products, it's been reported that they've discovered heavy metals in foodstuff from the farm. I think in summary, we are here to present this petition and to appeal for your patriotic intervention in these matters. We have confidence in you. We believe you will act. Now, we hear you have 2/3 majority in Parliament. We heard that. But you also need a minority in Parliament to function. Now, if we don't hear anything, and it is business as usual, it is absolute silence, we are not going to hear anything. This is just the beginning of a series of actions we are going to stage in this country. But we won't do anything out of malice to undermine your governance. But as long as the threat of electoral violence keeps rearing its head, and our authorities seem to be at their wit's end, we'll continue to bring these matters into your attention until it is dealt with. So for and on behalf of the entire minority caucus, and by the way, Chief of Staff, our real name is the Mighty Minority. So we present this petition, I present this petition for and on behalf of the entire, respectfully, the entire minority. And we have also attempted, I'm sure the seat of government, you have all the videos of the violence, but we've also, just for the benefit of doubt, recording of footages of the violence that reportedly occurred.
Yeah, Minyaba, so that was exactly what was really going on. So I had say we know team is a mighty minority.
Yeah, mighty minority. That is how it is here no almost describe it. Dabi mighty. There's something we say that big things comes in small packages. And it's almost sakra now.
Big things come in small.
Oh, the obaya maya baboya has say. So let's go back to the story. And Honorable Anodompe Patre say, aside the electoral violence air kosono, who is there? Ghana and I say every democratic state you never stop going to the polls. You never stop going for elections. And until say ne kakra mumpo ena nkitin we mumpo na chese ye twimponti ba na ye bobo nkofo a ene na chese ne kese mu de dan na beba. And until very good said they are taking these steps to ensure say that is captured in the petition sene be ya aban and so the waka police for mpenifo are responsible for security and maintaining law and order so there will be enough pressure on them to do accordingly. Aside that so one other thing that was captured in the petition is the surge and senya illegal mining air cost so the friend no galamsey no
okay
akoye to senya jitre ha pa na eno na honorable Anodompe Patre say honorable chief of staff mpo yo obi a otetutu kwan the far eastern region na de kwa Ashanti ekoba enu nti say we hu ana so ohun ye mpo a omudo omedwuma ne say so omo draw the attention of the president to some of these things na galamsey wo hobada kwa no kosoro na it is becoming a very worrying situation enunti omode eno so eka ho petition nim no na omowie no na omode videos and recording enso kan for evidence sake say ebia president ni hu ya chief of staff hu ya mpenimfo hu ya oma record the account say omo modern na omo share these two pressing issues. I'm sure say other things they can but when they are very pressing omo the present my chief of staff. And it is one of the issues air koso chese Ghana chese no so eba no Ghana for bebre comment about this particular issue can say na senior wudi kan bisa no electoral violence and cause so dada na illegal mining is cause so dada na ni na cause dada but who be here say omo be minority na asisi an omo position no they cannot just sit and be silent. They cannot be like a white elephant and be useless in parliament. And until omo dress sharply ultimately say call mo call ya no mo bo mo hu ye pa na chief of staff and so active, very professional, or receive with handshake, with smiles, or tea or myself with members of the media now to Neboas tea and Sama. Omobekanyina, Owie and or J particulars are almost submit your documentations almost the buy any na or me sure say almost koku ma almost kwa ye hu adwuma na se ne Ghana for any na ye expecting no ni na ebebemo in terms of electoral violence galamsey and any other thing that was probably captured in the petition.
Anyway, so say super or say micro minority whatever.
Almost say yeah. Mighty minority. Mighty minority. But
Mate. Yeah, tipa yes that. So it is for once again, this is the issue at air cost. So uti sewa your life into waiting media comment about. So the main focus of this whole life that Lumba information and kind son air party say that Lumba is confirmed that it's you'll be out here that Lumba in your mind in terms of eulogizing him and also basically making sure say we celebrate him accordingly. This is it. I think say if you were wondering what really happened or now much we said that Lumba he died from undisclosed illness, and also what we are learning is that according to Onono, he had a surgery, spinal cord surgery. Who complications now ultimately it take he a friend say the life yes sad. Yes, someone more far comment embra na yehu the ekoso we are also tracking the news into that to see exactly what went on, because now we have to feel Ghana for the concern part. But do you know something? Do you know what really shocks me? Abroche, me follow Abroche yipa because your apps been there. Yeah, my bro for news. Our Play Store. That's one of the things. It's a Bruni wa. It meet your more betre. How much better was it? Just killed him or her. Maybe being quite a better. Not saying so finching. I did feel for the omo pen omini. Until we nanka was say. Ye timi omutime de ba ni ehun say okay that Lumba ewu no wu ye no we na hear the cause we and you know they even go as far as bringing out the reports, the doctor's reports, of course, now so, we say so you be out share abroad from 10 novella no me ya omo yi bi a ye kan omo say a friend is simple what do you call it, Bill Cosby show one actor be your kan ho a friend Malcolm Jamal was yeah Malcolm Warner Jamal, so he died from accidental drowning in Costa Rica. But then Omotre said he died from asphyxia. Asphyxia basically means the lack of oxygen into your lungs within minutes. So we desperately want to know. Yebushia ni Kumase. Kumase pure FM, pure FM Kumase and information about Betuja. Now, again, of course, we pure FM in your bani, a part of pure FM. A shit dribble, Kwame Dinkra, and if the picture will to her, you see Kwame Dinkra before and after, and that Miniaba, it is so sad. There's been questions because now the GHP is so a burn down. Jano Abba, and the crew must need any insurance. Insurance, any money will be. Be say fire insurance the kokakra na wan hwe ne obi atam bibia ya hwe team so person fraud me ana be that's so pure FM yankopon ambem amana anya pure. So this was the station before and you just screen so very beautiful o show mu ina the cosmo camera and unfortunately that story it is a honum ashidre be it is according to them now they will be offline for a while. Offline. So this day after.
It's not like they have an option, because almost BBA. It looks like the studio on. Yes, almost studio on BBA. From cameras to sound recording devices to everything, which means a computer stand. So that is what the image is portraying. So unfortunately, this is a very bad news. Mekan say obi ni investment wato ne boase awaye say ne be ya anka ono nso betumi abo ne homodin in the media space Unfortunately, this is what has happened now. A video way by a picture way by and a Ghana for you mentioned the case of the insurance. And I know because the insurance will cover. But the question is, so my insurance and no money. Obinsu eba ene nkofo bebe comment na why how come nobody noticed it? Where is the security man? Why was there no security man? Me pe obi reply back obetro. O say the security man or a fire extinguisher na. Because say and one good thing about this is not good at all. But one good thing I want to say, there was no casualties recorded. Not just obia and until at least no ye won kwadia and ye